Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Ray of Hope, and this is Anuj. I recently taken yesterday only. I have taken AWS Solution Architect exam, and I wanted to share my genuine feedback about my experience, how it was, and what other challenging I faced, and what are the resources I used apart from official AWS resources and labs. Most important factor that you need to consider before practicing or before going to take AWS exam, that there are a huge difference between what are the labs you are going to solve in the real time, the labs which is given by AWS. You have 7 labs, right, that you can practice multiple time, and then you have a caption project there as well, that will gives you the hands on, that how you can deploy a website, how you can host it, how you can configure high availability, how you can configure group policy, how you can perform serverless architectures, and so on. How you can what how you can configure your S3 bucket, how you can make buckets private and public, and so on. That will give you understanding about it. But when you go and prepare for the exam, that is completely different. In exam, you would have about 65 questions, and you would need to get 70% in order to clear the exam of AWS Solution Architect. Each question gives you about 2 minutes of time to read and choose what would be the right answers. But the most important factor is that AWS Solution Architect exam is not about what you solve in the labs actually, but it gives you a scenario. Like if you are a security professional, you might have taken CEH. So sometimes there are mandatory thing that you need to do, like you can go and practice from Udemy. There are multiple choice questions available, like you can go and practice from there, because as much you read questions and their answers, you would understand multiple scenarios. Probably if it is your first time to learn cloud, you would not have all the understanding what can be the scenario that can come out of it, right? Therefore, what are the resources I have used? I have used Udemy. There was about 120 questions was there. From there I learned those questions. Also I do rattabazi and one of the major resources that I used was exam topic. There you have a lot of things. I can tell you, some of the questions may be exactly that you are going to read. So this is a genuine feedback, because you do, like I am making videos on AWS Solution Architect, I am doing hands on, but exam will be totally different from your whatever labs you are doing. So therefore practicing MCQ question is mandatory, because there are multiple scenarios that can come up with. So exam topics and Udemy, where there you have list of questions, you can practice. So considering that if you practice 200 questions and all the possible answers out of it, in exam 65 questions will become easy. But if you do not practice MCQ questions and you just do the hands on in AWS, right, then it will be difficult for you to guess the right questions and clear the examination. Like if I give you the one hypothetical example, a company is like this is the questions which I got. A company is implementing a new business application. The application runs on two AWS EC2 instances and uses an AWS S3 bucket for document storage. A solution architect needs to ensure that the EC2 instances can access the S3 bucket. What should be the solution architect do to meet this requirement? I have made this video right about this scenario. So you will have the multiple choices, like create a IAM role that grant access to S3 bucket, attach the role to EC2 instances, create an IAM policy that grant access to S3 bucket. Again, there is a difference between IAM role, IAM policy, IAM group, and IAM user. So this is where the confusion comes. Now you need to know what is IAM role, what is IAM policy, IAM group, and IAM user. So when you have understanding of those four distincts between IAM, then you can give the right answer. So the answer over here would be create an IAM role that grant access to S3 bucket, and then you can attach the role to EC2 instances. So there will be multiple choice questions for this. So if you just do like practice, just a moment there. If you just do practice by doing labs, it will be difficult. So there are is like exam topics and Udemy. From there you can get about 200 questions. If you practice those 200 questions, you would be able to clear AWS Solution Architect exam. Again, it's just a theoretical exam. There's no hands-on, but it gives you the understanding how the real architecture works actually. So I hope it helps, and thank you for watching.